Yo, what's up everyone? This is Neff of the Braggers coming with another Let's Play of Arena Commander. I hope you had a Happy New Year. I'm sorry that I haven't updated in quite a while, but I've kind of been busy with some personal projects, some music projects, which if you're interested about, I can share with you. But this is a gaming channel for now. I would love to promote rap on it, but let's look at Arena Commander version 1.0 as it stands now, as it's been released for about 2 weeks over the holidays. And I want to look at this in the perspective of, let's say you're a new player. What are you gonna get if you just pledged in and you just dropped in this game? So what you're looking at now is the Freelancer in the Arrow View hangar. The Freelancer is a ship I backed originally, and it's not playable in game. So be aware that the multi-crew ships, except for the Cutlass, which is a multi-crew ship, but is for now available to play as for only one pilot. But all the other multi-crew ships are not. My mouse is not working right for some reason when I'm recording. Hopefully it won't be an issue when I'm dogfighting. But so this is the Freelancer, and like I said, once again, it's not available to play, and I think they're going to come through with another pass through the cockpit and the interior when they do make it available in Arena Commander version 2.0. Now, to be clear, Arena Commander is a game within Star Citizen. If you back Star Citizen and you get, especially if you pay this much money, you get full access to all the alpha modules. I believe you have to check your package. Now, the alpha modules include Arena Commander, the hangar module, the social module, and the FPS module. And I think with every package you'll get the base game, the single player campaign called Squadron 42, and you'll also get access to the Persistent Universe once it goes live. Now, the Persistent Universe probably won't go live until the beginning or middle of next year, while Squadron 42 will be released in, I believe, 5 chunks of 10 missions. They estimate the first 10 missions to take about 15 to 20 hours, so you can understand, or you can get an idea of some of the value you're going to get in Squadron 42 alone if you get this game. But the great thing I think about being a backer is Arena Commander is actually quite fun to play. Even if it is, very limited as they're still building out the game. But, that's kind of to be expected because, well, they're still about a year and a half away from full release on the Persistent Universe. So, okay, we saw the hangar here. None of what we saw, the control room, is of any use right now. If you look back here. Sorry, I should go back into the command and control room, which looks freaking beautiful. I believe this here in the future will give us access to the outside, wherever we choose our starting area to be. And so that'll be when the social module comes online. That's how we'll be able to invite other people into our hangar to look at our stuff. And in the future, they're also going to release a room system where you can expand and upgrade your own hangar using in-game equipment and an in-game computer that's going to be on your wrist called the Moby Glass, but that's not released and available yet. So let's take a look at Arena Commander. If you hit escape while you're in the hangar, you'll get into Arena Commander directly. If you have a ship that is available in Arena Commander, you can sit down in the pilot seat. When you sit down in the pilot seat, this screen will come up right here. So, Drone Sim is offline play, and probably one of the best ways to learn how to fly your ship and try to understand how to get around it. I'm going to fly a Spectrum match real quick. I'm going to do a public match, and I'm just going to jump into Battle Royale as quickly as possible. The reason that I'm not even going to try any other ones is because I have a very difficult time getting any other ones to actually load up and start. Sometimes this won't either. And that is one of the main issues with the v1.0 release. If somebody was gifted this as a Christmas present, it's one of those Christmas presents you should probably wait to enjoy until probably the beginning of February or so, and when this has been patched and all the other functionality works. Because if you're looking to play Arena Commander, I find more fun when you're playing with a group of people that you know and the odds aren't mismatched. So right now the social system in the game, the social networking, doesn't quite work. It's really they disabled invites, I believe, so you can't even attempt to connect with your friends. You can try to jump in a public match together, but it won't matter because they'll just toss them on whatever random team if you happen to be in the same match. And if you do happen to be in the same match, usually, for me at least in my experience, you're against each other, and it's all well and good. For now, I understand that they're going to have issues because it was released about, I think, a week early, so we could enjoy all the new ships that were available in the v1.0 release for the holidays. Which, those owners of Mustangs and those who have converted their Aurora to a Mustang, or those who have Cutlasses, are pretty happy right now. I know and the Avenger also has been released, so they're really awesome looking ships, and I love blowing them up. But there are some issues with the multiplayer and the way the balancing so far works in the game that kind of makes multiplayer matches a real pain in the butt because of frequent respawns and missile spamming. You'll probably see it once I jump in. Alright, we're finally ready to go.
All systems online.
All systems online. Oh, now I'm waiting for players. Alright, let's do some free flight around while I'm waiting. Hopefully we'll get somebody to play with. I was actually just playing a little bit earlier in a group that just kept kicking people and adding new people and kicking people and adding new people, so it was really a weird match. They have in the game itself, in Star Citizen, all of the ships serve a purpose. Now, they're not all military fighter craft, so you got to understand that if you get an Aurora or an Origin 320, they're not really focus built to be military fighters, whereas a ship like the Super Hornet is... Oh, hey, we got somebody in. So a ship like the Super Hornet is really a military aircraft that's been nerfed a little bit for civilian use, and of course that means it's pretty badass in a fight. Now, I backed a Freelancer. It's not available in the full game, so they give you a Hornet trainer, which is convenient because the Hornet is actually a pretty good dogfighter. In version 1.0, they actually took away the turret gun from you, and they replaced it with like a cargo space or something, which is really absolutely useless in Arena Commander, but would be pretty cool in the persistent universe. This ship is not weak. The guns on the wings themselves are actually pretty badass, and it has another weapon mount, so you can put them on just underneath the nose of the ship. Sorry. Okay, so let's get a missile lock here. This guy even see us? Okay. This guy's either he has a bad connection or he's a really terrible pilot. I have a pretty choppy connection too. Well, that's to be expected from my geographical location and the earliness of this game. Is he still in the game? Oh, we got some other people. Where's everybody? You notice in this version of Arena Commander, it's actually kind of, you have to look for people because they introduced the signature system. If you look at the bottom left and bottom right of my HUD, you'll notice that there is EM and IR. Those are my emissions, and basically how easy it'll be for another person to spot me on their radar using their systems. Ooh. Oh no! That happens a lot. This would be flying straight at a person and not be able to get out of the way fast enough. I know it's not the right way to do it, but I'm trying to close space, and I'm actually don't have really the best controller and keyboard setup. Still trying to figure out what will work best, but this game's so early, it's really hard to tell which direction to go. He's still alive. Man, that thing's taking some damage. Oh, not anymore. Okay. These guys even trying to fight me, or what's going on here? Okay, they don't see me. Another thing to be important about in this game is your situational awareness. Know what's around you, especially because there's a lot of asteroids in the maps that they give you. And who knows who's going to be attacking you next. Oh, missiles are dry. Okay, I'm not going to play cheap. There's a way to play. Bongman joined. There's a way to play cheap, and the way to play cheap and actually probably get the best score and whatnot is to spam your missiles. It's a close area in this place. There's nobody else here. This guy just flying out of control or something? He doesn't look like he's in too bad of a his main, maybe his main engine's damaged or something. How am I over? Did they blow up my? Did I lose my radiators or something? Somebody else shooting at me? What's going on? I heard bullets fleeing past me. Yeah, my heat's not going away. This is not good. I really can't do anything if I can't shoot a gun. I'm going to eject. This game doesn't punish you for death, and an ejection counts as a death. But when you eject, of course you get a new ship, you get all your missiles. So the way that a lot of people see my ship flying away in the game play to get a high score is they'll spawn, they'll lock on one guy, they'll fire all their missiles, they'll eject, and that way they get oh no. Alright, sorry about that. This game crashed 4 times while I was trying to record footage for this. So, I want to take a more critical look at Arena Commander now. I have a question. What will you get now by jumping into Star Citizen early? What will you get? Access to an early, buggy, dogfighting / racing game. And a hangar with not much to do in it. And that's about it. The space flight is actually really fantastic. The feeling of zipping through an asteroid field or racing at the old Vanderbilt is so fluid and realistic, but the game isn't balanced when it comes to ships and weapons. Getting a brand new Aurora may look cool and might boast a host of new equipment or features, but there's a paywall where buying in-game items or the UEC you need to buy these items requires real cash. That and the fact that there's only racing and dogfighting available, effectively forcing the budget gamer who can't afford to upgrade their weapons to go up against incredibly well-armed players, some who have spent thousands of dollars in real money to buy better ships and upgrades. Sure, you can jump in now for about $30, but you won't stand much of a chance at all, especially against a near $200 Super Hornet. As it stands now, Star Citizen is effectively a pay-to-win game. Not only this, but the game is unoptimized and buggy as hell. Your computer will lock up, you will be disconnected, and you will have unbalanced matches with unbalanced ships and weapons, and you will have a difficult time playing with friends. Oh, and it will absolutely crush your computer unless you've got an incredibly powerful rig. At this stage, I can't tell you how many hours I've wasted just trying to get into a match with a friend, but I would guess about 80% of the time. 80% of the time has been waiting to connect, only to fail, and try and try and try again. So the real question is, should you get into Star Citizen now? If you like the idea of Star Citizen, my answer is absolutely yes. You're probably thinking, what? Neff? How can you recommend a game after saying all these negative things? Well, because Arena Commander 1.0 is still a part, just the smallest part of the Star Citizen Alpha. Sure, by pulling the trigger now, you'll get access to a buggy game, but the bugs will be fixed in coming months. Content and functionality will be heaped on this game, and you'll be able to experience the development of the game at a reduced price. Yes, that's right. Expect prices to rise in the future. The games now may be play to win, but new systems are coming where you'll be able to make money in-game. So this is a temporary issue. If you're a gamer on a budget, you can get the game cheap now. Just have a little patience and it will pay off. How long will we have to wait? This year, you can expect a lot of new content due to the modularity of CIG's development cycle. Everything from Arena Commander to the website will see major functionality added. The FPS module, demoed at PAX Australia, and the social or PlanetSide module are due to come out in a few months, followed by Arena Commander 2.0, which will introduce more ships, more game modes, and multi-crew functionality. Towards the end of the year, the first 10 missions of the single-player campaign Squadron 42 will be released. It promises not only to be awesome, but to take around 15 to 20 minutes, 15 to 20 hours of playtime. The Persistent Universe, or the PU, will mark the game's full release, and I'd expect it to come out sometime mid-next year. And lastly, but definitely not least, Star Citizen boasts a vibrant, positive community, both on Reddit and on the main website. So many people are really pushing hard to make this the best damn space sim ever, and judging by how development has been going, it's going to surprise and amaze us when we finally get to sink our teeth into it. Arena Commander version 1.0 may be a bit rough, but it's a very positive indicator of future gaming greatness. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of AC 1.0 in the comments below. Would you recommend it to a friend, or would you tell him to stay away till after release? Like this video or dislike it if you hate it. Subscribe to my channel and see more videos of Star Citizen, Wing Commander, and other games I think are pretty badass, and you should see them. In the words of the late Wingman, I'll see you in the verse. Peace.